children, welcome back to English class. In our previous class, we discussed workbook exercises of lesson 6, Oliver Finds a Home. And today we are going to start a new lesson called How Far is the River? Okay, it's really a very interesting and adventurous story, and definitely you are going to enjoy this story. Before that, we have one activity called Get Started. Help the boy to reach the river. Now you are going to do it, no need any help. You have to start from here. The boy who is standing, once you look at the book, the boy is standing, start from here. Yeah, then. Okay. Then ting ting ting. You should reach here. Okay, here he is going to reach. Have you finished? And you could also start from this side. Now this side you could not reach, only this way. This is the way to reach. So let's start from here, on this and this, and here, and then here. Yeah, this is very easy, and I hope you have enjoyed and you did it with the pencil. Now let's start with a lesson called A Young Boy Sets started his journey, his heart, and going to the river on the other side of the mountain. Does he get there? The river is other side of the mountain. That means you have to climb the mountain to reach the river. So a young boy like you and decided to reach or to see the river. Okay, so whether he reached or not, let us see in the section 1 first. Lesson 7, how far is the river? Between the boy and the river stood a mountain. The boy was young, the river was small, and the mountain was big. Oh, what a nice sentence this is. See here, between the boy and the river stood a mountain. A mountain it stood. The boy was young, the river was small, and the mountain was big. Okay? A thickly forested mountain hid. Okay, once again. So, between the boy and the river, there was a mountain. The boy who would like to see the river, there stood a mountain between that boy and the river. Okay, and you see, the boy was young like you, and the river was small, and the mountain was so big. Now, but he decided to go there. Now, let's see what happened. A thickly forested mountain hid the river. What hid? How the river was hid? It was hid with the forest, thickly forest. You can't see after climbing down the mountain, you can't see that river so easily. It was hidden with that forest trees, all big trees. Okay, thick trees, okay. And then, but the boy knew it was there. He knew that it was there, a river was there. Where it was and what it looked like. He had never seen the river with his own eyes. But from the villagers, he had heard of it, of the fish in its waters, of its rocks and currents and waterfalls, and it only remained for him to touch the water and know it personally. Okay, a thickly forested mountain hid the river. Okay, but the boy knew there it was. He had never seen the river with his own eyes, but from the villagers he had heard of it. The fish in that water, like a beautiful fish, about a fish in that water, and then yeah, the thickly forested mountain hid the river, but the boy knew it was there, where it was and what it looked like. He had never seen the river with his own eyes. Then how did he come to know about the river? He came to know about the river, but from the villagers here. But from the villagers he had heard of it, of the fish in its waters, of its rocks and currents and waterfalls, and it only remained for him to touch the water and know it personally. Always he heard about that river, about the fish in that water, about the currents. Currents means waterfalls. Currents here, vocabulary. Vocabulary, here it is currents. C-O-R-R-E-N-T-S. Currents means waterfalls. A body of waterfall is called currents. A body of waterfalls. A body of waterfalls is known as current. Okay. And now see, he stood a body of waterfalls, and it only remained for him to touch the water and know it personally. He stood in front of his house on the hill opposite of the mountain and gazed across the valley. And gazed means looked at it steadily with intently. Okay. Now first of all, I want to tell you that a thickly forested covered. After that mountain, there was a forest. Okay, and the river was hidden in that forest, thickly forested, means a full of green trees, thick forest. Okay, and the boy knew about that river because he heard about the villagers talking about that river, and they always talked that it's a beautiful waterfalls and it has many fish in that. In that way, he heard about that river. The only thing remained was that he should touch it and feel that river. Okay, so last line of the first paragraph, it only remained for him to touch the water and know it personally. Now personally he should know it, personally he should see it. He heard a lot about the river. Now he would like to see through his own eyes, okay, his own feelings by touching the river water. Okay, he stood in front of his house on the hill. One more hill, he stood on the hill in front of his house. That hill was opposite. Now see, this is his house. This is his house. And then he stood in front of his house, a hill. He stood here. The boy stood here. And there is a mountain. Here, then here is the forest. Okay, here is the forest all. This is the forest and the river is hidden here. Could you see that? The river is here, hidden. This is the forest, this is the mountain, this is the boy's house, this is the hill. He stood on a hill which is in front of his house and he watched the mountain. He couldn't see this. This is the mountain covered. Beyond that one, beyond the mountain there is a river, right? Okay. He stood in front of his house on the hill opposite the mountain. Okay, and gazed across the valley, watched, to look steadily, meaning, gazed meaning is to look steadily and intently. This stuff I've given, I think, but anyhow, I'm going to give it once again. Gazed means to look steadily. To look steadily and intently. To look steadily and intently at something is called gazed. Okay, he stood in front of his house on the hill opposite of the mountain and gazed across the valley, dreaming of the river. He always used to stand on the hill of the hill opposite of his house. I mean, in front of his house, and he used to watch that mountain first. Anyhow, he couldn't see the river. Which is beyond that mountain. So he used to dream about that river. Okay, dreaming of the river. He was about 12 years old. Now this is the description of the boy. Okay, now how is that boy? How was that boy? Now they are giving a description of that boy. He was about 12 years old. A sturdy boy means a strong boy. Sturdy means like strong, build up body. Body is like strong, like shoulders, lengthy shoulders, like heavy shoulders, like strong shoulders. Okay, strong, you can say strong body with 12 years boy means he must be healthy and strong, right? A strong boy, a sturdy boy with untidy black hair. Untidy, not combed one, untidy. You could see the picture. I'm going to show the picture of this boy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then waterfalls, yeah. Sturdy boy with untidy black hair and shining black eyes. He had fine features and clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched. Okay, had fine features means was good looking boy. And he had fine features. Fine features means features. Features. F-E-N-T-U or E-S means good looking. Good looking, okay, and clear brown skin. He had a clear brown skin. No, he was not fair, he was not black like brown like us. I'm somewhat white, right? Okay, I'm not brown. Okay, but that boy was brown. Okay, then we shouldn't compare the skin color. It's like breaking the law. Okay, you shouldn't compare the skin colors with like you are black. You shouldn't call anyone blackie. You are blackie. You are brownie. Absolutely wrong. It's punishable under law. Okay, fine then. He had fine features and clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched everywhere. He rubbed everywhere like scratched. But village children, right? They don't maintain their body parts neat and tidy. Okay, and he was barefooted. You see that? Barefooted. Yeah, you could see, I think. I'll hold for some time. Could you see the boy now? Is there untidy hair? Yeah, and strong body, right? Shoulders, strong shoulders. Yeah, now he was barefooted not because he couldn't afford shoes. No, don't think that he was a poor boy and he couldn't buy a pair of shoes. No, not like that. He was not a poor boy, I didn't say. He actually was barefooted not because he couldn't afford shoes but because he felt free on his barefoot. Barefoot means without wearing any shoes or slippers. But he was not poor. He had a pair of shoes but he felt to walk on barefooted because he felt good. Okay, he felt free in his barefoot. Okay, bare feet to walk on the grass, like you feel that touch of that grass and all. So he always maintained barefoot. Okay, then he liked the feel of warm stones and cool grass. The warm stones that touches his barefoot, that he wanted to feel. So he maintained barefooted always, and also that he wanted to feel that cool grass, and not wearing shoes saved him the trouble of taking them off. Again and again, if you want to move in the rain, somewhere climbing the trees, you have to move that shoes, and this all he did not like, that's why. And he wanted to feel the cool grass, and he wanted to feel the warmth of the stones, the warmth of the stones. That's why he did not he did not wear shoes. Okay, that was this about this boy. Okay, let me say once again about the boy. He was about 12 years old, sturdy boy with untidy black hair, shining black eyes, and he had fine features and a clear brown skin, but his hands and feet were rough and scratched. He was barefooted not because he couldn't afford shoes, but because he felt free in his bare feet. He liked the feel of warmth and stones and cool grass, and not wearing shoes saved him the trouble of taking them off. It was now one day he planned. This is all about his descriptions. Anyhow, I said in the beginning that boy decided to see that river by climbing the mountain and reach that one. Okay, so one day he decided to go there. Then let us see, it was 11 o'clock and he knew his parents wouldn't be home till evening. Okay, he knew that his parents had gone outside to meet relatives or something else, to do some finish their urgent work. He knew that his parents won't come back till the evening. Okay, there was a loaf of bread. Means loaf of bread means pieces. Means one loaf of bread means 12 pieces or 10 pieces. That bread, one pack of bread, that one. Okay. There was a loaf of bread he could take with him, and on the way he might find some fruit, and there was a loaf means a piece of that. Okay, one piece of that out of that big one bread. Okay, and then he might find some fruit. Okay, on the way he thought, let me find any trees, fruit trees, and I could pluck the fruits and I could eat, and just he packed a loaf of bread, and here was the opportunity he had waited for. It would not come again for a long time, because it was not very often his mother and father visited relatives for an entire day. He thought, oh, this is the good opportunity for me to visit that river, to climb the mountain, because they had gone to meet the relatives. They wouldn't come back now. They come at evening now. Not in the evening. They come in the evening. Okay. So then he decided, entire day and left him on his own. They said, be at home. We are going to meet relatives. Then he understood, oh, yeah. They won't come till evening. I should climb the mountain and I should see that river. Okay, and then they had gone out on something important. That was why he had been left with a very sketchy meal, a loaf of bread, some milk, and 2 eggs. Okay, very sketchy meal. And the sketchy meal means very small, not a proper meal. Means it's not a sketchy means not proper like food, like fulfilled food, like stomach full food. No, just a small, like a little they left. Means sketchy meals means here they have given not proper meal, not like rice, dal, not at all. Just a sketchy meal, a little, just to fill something, not to fulfill, just to eat something. That's it. Okay, not a proper meal. Okay, not a proper meal. Okay, that's the meaning of this. Now see, they left with a very sketchy meal, a loaf of bread, some milk, and 2 eggs. Okay, and this is all what about then. We are going to take in our next class about the remaining part I'm filling. Let us finish this one now. Let's see this. They had gone out on something important. That was why he had been left with a very sketchy meal. Means very a little things they left for him to eat, and those are a loaf of bread, some milk, and 2 eggs. Okay. He went into the. Now let's go with some more. Okay. He went into the house. Some more lines. Let's go with some more lines and then end up today's video. And he went into the house and wrapped the loaf in a newspaper. And wrapped means he covered. You know that meaning, wrapped, covered. Then he closed all the doors and windows. The path to the river dropped steeply into the. Okay, let's go with the next one. So he packed those things, the sketchy meal in a newspaper, the loaf in a newspaper. Then he closed all the doors and windows. He closed all the doors and windows, and he locked the house, and he set off to the river. Means he started his journey. Okay, first he has to climb the mountain, then he should walk into the forest. Then he is going, because it was hidden in the forest, thick forest. Then he was going to see that river. Now let us see how he is going to reach that river. Okay, in our next video. That's all for today's video. Bye bye for now. Have a nice time.